Welcome to Two Across, the podcast where two friends on opposite sides of the Atlantic catch up over a crossword. I'm Theo in London.
And I am Rob in Montreal. Theo, you're back to London. You're back from break. We're back.
Yes, indeed.
Two Across returns.
Back from the frozen north.
Was it frozen?
Well, it was frozen-ish. Largely, it was actually fine. And we actually had a couple of really stonking days, kind of like 20 plus degrees and bright sunshine, which was unusual for early April in Northumberland, I would say. But we also had a couple of really, really stormy, rainy, it was a bit of everything, which is kind of what you expect this time of year. And it was very nice to get out of the city as always and just sort of get onto countryside time, that sort of thing where you sleep that little bit better and everything's a bit quieter and everything's a bit sort of more still and just you feel a bit more in tune with the world.
The rhythms. It's hard to slip into that though, I find. It's like the beginning of vacation in general, but these last little bit, I haven't been super busy. But I'm always feeling this low-level anxiety that I'm supposed to be doing something, and it sort of dogs me all day. And then I think, well, no, I'm not supposed to be doing anything. Like I've kind of cleared my to-do list this morning. I've got a couple of hours where I don't have much to do, but it's very hard to adjust to that. Like, you have time and space. You can breathe. No, I can't.
It's hard to do nothing, in a sense, especially these days when there's always the very quick fix of a scroll within reach. And I had a thing. I was like, I'm gonna read a couple of books while I'm up there. I'm gonna do a bit of a digital detox. And as always, I found that quite difficult. I found it quite difficult to fully switch off. I did get a bit of reading done, not as much as I would have liked, but
was that the phone's fault or was that life's fault?
Bit of both. I think a bit of both. We had a few moving parts within the fortnight because Kate had to come back to London to work for a couple of days. So I was obviously, for those days, very much, hands-on with the kids. And then the second week, I had to bring the oldest down so that she could go on this school trip. She went on a choir trip to Belgium, which was pretty cool. But, in order to facilitate that, I had to come back down on the train and then go back up there. So it was a bit of a sort of yo-yo thing. So it wasn't sort of 2 weeks of uninterrupted quality time. It was, as ever, a bit of plate spinning going on. Plus, I had a couple of deadlines. And obviously lots and lots of family to catch up on. So it was, it's funny how time can, you think you have all the time in the world.
Yeah.
And then suddenly you realize, oh no, I've got to do this, that, the other, see this person, do this thing we always do when we're here, and then before you know where you are, you're staring at the last couple of days. So it was fine. I guess that's just how life is, isn't it?
There's a term for it that I heard ages ago that I stuck in my head, which is time confetti. Ooh. And it's this idea that your day gets so chopped up into these just little pieces of confetti, and that's all you're left with between the various things you have to do, and you can't really do anything with that confetti, and so you pick up your phone.
Yes.
And it's like, and even that's it, when you go on vacation and stuff, everything gets sliced up. I have to say, when we were living in London, that was a nice thing, is that when we did have vacation, it was really ours. We didn't have sort of obligations that would come in, and the kids were small as well, so we didn't have a lot of things going on, which was nice, because you could get these blocks of time where it's like, okay, well, this is where we are and this is what we're going to do. But I think that the time confetti is pernicious, and I think that's what I've been struggling with of late, is that notion that, okay, there's something. Like this morning I had a call at 6:15 of all bloody things, and then there's little wedges of things wedged into my day, and then I've got these little spaces in between that are essentially useless. I mean, I should train myself to pick up a book for like 20 minutes and just like, I'm going to immerse in this book for 20 minutes between these meetings, refresh my brain. But instead I do the dishes while listening to a podcast, while watching disc golf on a, whatever. It's just like,
yeah. I now try and always keep a book next to the sofa we have in our kitchen at home, so that if I am sitting there, which I often am, especially in the mornings, that's my sort of go-to place. A bit like a dog, I have my favorite spot.
Do you have a sunbeam that warms you there, Theo?
Yeah, I did it. I think it's because it's right next to the garden, and it's
There's little bird song filtering in.
Yeah, all of that. So I am trying to get in the habit of going for a book rather than a phone when I am just sitting down. But it's difficult. I mean, it's awful to admit
it's not as sexy. It's not as sexy. You know, it's
the variety and the promise of news.
I was contemplating a very off-color metaphor to describe, you know, the difference between choosing your book versus your sexy phone, but I've decided not to, Theo, for our listeners.
Yes, I think that's probably
your
wise.
Stodgy, steadfast book. There it is. You know that if you invest the time in it, it's going to be so much worthwhile and you'll feel better. But gosh darn it.
It's fundamentally better for you, but
the allure
doesn't quite provide the kind of fix that
the kind of titillation.
Yes, that shiny little thing.
Yeah, with its colors. Oh my God! So we don't do current events often here, Theo. But what did you think about Jesus Trump? Did you see the?
It's funny you mentioned that because I was also planning to bring this up. It is we try not to let him pierce the two across bubble too often. But this one, I wrote this email to my uncle this morning who sent me quite a funny little, he makes these little cartoons sometimes, like he'll put speech bubbles on certain photos of political figures and stuff. And he sent me one involving the Jesus picture. And I replied to him saying, I see that he's claimed that he thought it was a picture of him as a doctor, and then I said, but surely the wider issue is that sharing AI generated images of yourself healing the sick is not a great idea considering you're and then I just stopped and said, what's the bloody point? What is the point? He just does it. He says this stuff. He puts this stuff out into the world. It generates a news cycle, and it just repeats.
I would suggest. Kate being a doctor, and I think you have a word with her tonight, you suggest in lieu of scrubs that she wear Jesus robes to work tomorrow.
Yeah. Jesus robes. I mean, I can see how he made that mistake.
Yeah. So a few things just looking at it, Theo, I've got it up on my phone right now. Yeah. So while he is healing the sick man, now we don't know what the man's afflicted by. He looks like he's wasting a bit and he looks like he's in a bit of pain, but the divine light's coming through. A few people are praying. There appears to be a veteran on the right side and a nurse looking up. In the sky, Theo, there's what appears to be an F-35 flying by, although it's sort of got a weird non-airplane-like shadow behind it. Yeah. And then up in the sky, there are at least what I can count as 6 different angels, all of whom look to be Marines, except the one in the middle, who appears to have Statue of Liberty head.
Yes. Yes. The Statue of Liberty is most definitely present. I'm now looking at the
Well, there is a full Statue of Liberty on the bottom right, but also one of the angels has Statue of Liberty head. It actually looks kind of demonic. Like it looks like a fallen angel.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
There's so much going on there.
Oh, there's so much going on, dude.
I don't quite understand the process behind this stuff, because at some point, has he requested the AI to make that image for him?
Yes.
Okay. So this isn't something someone has sent to him and he's sort of reshared it. This is something he's decided to take it upon himself to do.
Theo, I'm going to send you my response that I made yesterday on AI.
I need to see this. Okay, hang on.
So I've created one that I was thinking.
Shall I describe it to our listeners? So
wait, could we give a trigger warning for anyone who is religious to maybe fast forward 2 minutes?
Trigger warning. This takes it to a whole nother level. Let's just say that. This takes the religious imagery to another place. So it's a picture of our glorious orange leader wearing a loincloth and crucified on the cross with MAGA nailed or written above his head. And then he's surrounded by various figures, again, with angel wings.
Prominent Republicans, some of whom have multiple wings. If you'll notice, the guy in the top left has like 5.
He does. That's an interesting little spin. Yeah. Who is that guy top left?
I have no idea.
Okay.
After this, I will give you the prompt that led to this picture, and and then you'll see.
I can only imagine. There are also two sort of Black Hawk Down style helicopters flying in the sky.
There are four, and they're specifically Apache attack helicopters.
Yeah, indeed. There are a couple of Roman legionaries at the bottom. One with a banner saying DOJ, one with a banner saying FBI. The pile of rocks from which the crucifix protrudes has deep state written on it, and there is a lightning bolt. I think that there's so much going on here. I think I'm going to... Oh, there are also some sort of severed heads at the bottom on the ground, again, of figures I don't recognize immediately.
Yeah, we don't know American politicians.
I assume are sort of prominent Republican types, and a wolf howling just for good measure as well.
Yeah.
I mean, Rob, it's hang it in the Louvre. This is, I say.
I think some of my best work. Anyway, I won't go through the whole prompt because it's rather long, but all of those things were what I asked it to put into the thing. You can get this rather quickly.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing now. I mean, you can make anything almost immediately when it comes to imagery. So it sort of beggars all sorts of questions about, well, all sorts of things. But yeah, just the very idea that the President of the United States is circulating this stuff is really, it's completely sort of through the looking glass stuff. And
I mean, the Christian right are going mental about it, or who knows? A few people have come out and said they're not happy about it. So maybe a lot of people are just keeping quiet. But then if you look at the actual non-AI altered image that is my favorite from Trump's first term, which is a bunch of religious leaders from the U.S. in the Oval Office laying hands on Trump, where he's sitting in his chair and they're all laying hands and looking very solemn, and he's kind of got his head bowed, and they have their hands on his oversized back. And it's like, what did you expect? Like, you basically treat the guy like a messiah.
Yeah.
Would you not imagine that any mortal human would get a messiah complex if you were treating him like a messiah? Like, come on, you created this.
I love the idea as well that the so-called Christian right are now, and only just now, wondering if there may be some conflict of interest around their support of Trump. You know, that, I thought he was a good guy. Hang on. What's this? Sharing his image of himself as Jesus? No, that's too far.
Yeah, that's a bridge too far.
That is a bridge too far. Everything else, fine. But the image of Jesus, no, that's too much. Yeah. He obviously, was it a couple of weeks ago, he sent out the thing about, his mad threat to Iran, saying that he was going to...
Tomorrow's going to be Bridge Day and Power Plant Day and whatever. Yeah. And then praise be to Allah written in his...
I mean, there's no point calling it mad because it doesn't achieve anything. It doesn't say anything that people don't know already. It's just, as I say, it's this sort of parallel dimension politics where we just have to accept that this is how the president carries on these days. So anyway, we've probably given this enough airtime. So
more than enough.
Let's move to the crossword, and then we can move on to more sanitary matters. Salutary matters, or possibly sanitary matters. Who knows? I feel like I need to sanitize after talking about him.
Yeah, I'm going to get out to Purell.
Yeah, after the crossword.
Let's go to the crossword, because crossing words is fun.
Okay, Guardian, quick crossword, 17,453. We have one half of an Earth hour to do this. We do it sight unseen. Neither of us have seen these clues, or at least we pretend that way for the podcast so that when we look amazing at solving it, you think we're smart. I don't think there's anything else to say about it. We will get diverted. We may or may not complete this in time, although we've been doing a little better of late after the setter went evil on us. He went into evil mode or she, or they. But now we've been on a little run, including our last episode with Jackie Blisson, which was a rousing success. So Theo, now that we're back to 2, let's see if we can topple this one as a duo.
Indeed. And just to echo your words about the last episode, Jackie was superb. Lots of really interesting stuff in there. So if you haven't listened to it, please do.
And for Enophiles, there's lots of interesting stuff there. Jackie being a master of wine.
Absolutely. Enophiles unite. So, one across. So, actually, hang on, Rob. I've done it again. I haven't set the timer.
Uh-oh.
And also, we should just confirm scores, which are 16-10, I believe.
Yep.
Did you say that already?
27 of the little season.
27 indeed.
Maybe we should be saying that at the header. Episode 27 of Two Across.
We probably should. Some people put it in the title of their podcast of their episode just to, clearly remind themselves which one they're on, which is probably not so silly. But anyway, right. Too late. I've already changed the title format once this season, and once is frankly enough. So, yeah. Right. One across. One's surprisingly successful. 12 letters.
Yeah. Like overachievers?
Yeah.
Too long. But something like that?
It's a good shout. Yeah, something to do with luck or being sort of advanced beyond one's station. But no, let's get back to it.
All right. Well, I think we can get a few of the downs. I scanned a few. There's some gettables.
Okay.
Where do you want to take us?
Well, 4 down seems pretty straightforward. This is not black and white, 6 letters.
Yeah.
Which is presumably colour.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. I was wondering, what Postman Pat's other cat was. His first, of course, having been a black and white cat. But
oh, yeah. Yes, true. Where do you want to go next?
3 down, easy. Uncommon, 4 letters. I think this should be pretty easy.
Oh, yeah. Rare.
Yeah, I think so.
And then we've got a couple of anagrams.
Ooh, where are they at?
So there's one at 2 down.
Yeah.
And there's one at 7 down.
Okay, so 7 down is very long.
It is very long.
Oh yeah, okay. 2 down's gettable. So it's an anagram of the words I've, as in I have, I've cars, IVE, CARS, and it's a synonym of guts. This is not a word you hear often. I think you'd hear this in like Shakespeare.
It's a good word.
You do hear it in the context of a reaction.
Yes. Yes, true. I use it a lot in reviews to basically mean a sort of a gut reaction. Or rather, I use a form of it in reviews because the word is viscera.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say visceral.
Yeah.
I probably overuse visceral. It's one of those words that I do find myself repeating.
It's a good word. It's a bit onomatopoeic.
But it is a good word.
Visceral, because it sounds deep. Visceral.
That's exactly the thing. It sounds quite profound in a way that just saying it gets you in the guts just doesn't.
Yeah. No. Because guts, you start thinking of intestines.
In some ways, its atonym is cerebral. So, a play can either be visceral or cerebral, but rarely both.
In fact, you probably shouldn't try to have both because you'll fail on both counts.
Too much.
Too much.
Your brain and your guts just, in knots.
They're just not meant to coexist, Theo, at the same moment. They each have their time. I think actually one across, yeah.
I was just going to say, I think your initial hunch on one across is probably going to be correct because we now have, so it's 12 letters long for one's surprisingly successful, and it now begins blank V, blank R, blank C.
But here's the question, because it's 1 apostrophe S. So it could be like, I thought one's like multiple people, but it is a possessive. But it also could that be a hybrid of one is, like overachieves? Because an overachiever is one person. So that would just be one surprisingly successful, not one's surprisingly successful. I don't know.
But overachiever works.
Yeah, it does work. I just don't, grammatically, it doesn't seem to fit the clue. One's surprisingly successful.
I think it does.
Okay.
As in one of these is surprisingly successful.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's see. I mean, it could work because 7 down, the anagram has, which starts with R if it's overachiever, does have 2 R's in it. So it's certainly in the running. So let's put it in for now and we'll see.
Yeah. And it's an anagram of Macron enters.
Yeah.
And the clue is protest. And he's got it.
I think I might have it. Could it be remonstrance?
Oh, Rob. It absolutely could be.
Yeah?
Or remonstrate? No, remonstrance, because it has a C.
Because it has a C.
Rob, that's an incredible get.
Ooh. I wasn't feeling so sharp this morning. So I felt, full disclosure, I had a 6:15 meeting this morning, and I got up at 6:20. Sorry, I had a 6:30 meeting. I got up at 6:20. Like, no, I got enough time to splash some water on my face, get something on. And then I looked at my clock, and they'd moved the meeting back to 6:15. So I had to jump
outrageous.
on. It's a whole bunch of people all in Europe or in Africa. They're all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. They've had like 4 coffees already. I look like crap. Like I got kind of puffy morning face. My eyes are like, ugh. And then I get on the thing and they're like, oh, we just finished introductions, but I see that Rob's logged on. Why don't you introduce yourself? I don't know anyone on this call. I don't know anything that's going on. This is like a new situation. And I'm sort of puffy-eyed, hoarse voice, like, yeah, my name's Rob. What do you want?
God.
So anyway, all that to say, I was worried that I would be a bit sort of fuzzy this morning, but maybe the exhaustion is helping.
Clearly, it's been just the tonic you needed. An early wake-up call, because that already I'm giving you guess of the day, and we're only 5 down. So
let's see what else this crossword's got for us.
Talking of 5 down, we need to get that one. It's deeply involved. 8 letters beginning with I.
Yeah.
It's something like embedded.
But it starts with an I.
Or enmeshed.
That'd be an E too.
That's an E.
Oh, so is it overachiever and I before E, or is it because it's near a C? Is it EI?
No, it's I before E.
Okay, all right.
Definitely
So the C's effect on the IE combo is halted by the H. Haha.
Let's come back to it. Do you know tenor cross, which is single payout 4/3, beginning with L and ending in M?
I often bid contracts in this type of arrangement, and it is a lump sum.
Oh, lump sum, of course. Yes. Well done.
That puts an M for listeners who are still fixated on deeply involved 8 letters starting with I potentially. It puts the third letter as M now. M as in Maurice.
I blank M.
Who spoke of the pompatus of love. Is that the word pompatus? What is that word anyway? You know the old Steve Miller song, The Joker?
I know the song vaguely, but I don't know the
Some people call me
line.
Maurice because I speak. I think it's...
Some people call me Maurice.
That's it.
Woo!
Because
Some people call me the something
gangster of love.
Yeah.
All right, well, look at that. I think it's pompatus because I speak of the... But now I feel like I'm using a word
Nice.
that doesn't exist.
Some people call me Space Cowboy.
You got it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Song.
6 down, low-hanging fruit. Starts with V, 5 letters long. Third letter S, and it's flying, home, or hospital. V space S space space.
Oh, visit. Yes. Okay, lovely.
Flying visit, that's a very British term. We wouldn't say that here. I mean, I know that from...
It is very British.
Yeah.
Only a flying visit, which basically means, please, can I get the hell out of there as quickly as possible?
Yeah. There's an action Kids in the Hall movie. They made one movie called Brain Candy, which is actually quite genius, but basically it circulates around a drug that if you take it, it keeps you locked in the best moment of your life. And so depressed people are taking this drug, and this old woman takes it, and she remembers this Christmas where her sort of drunken son comes with his family, and it's essentially a flying visit where they come in for about 30 seconds, take whatever food they want, put it in a Tupperware, leave something under the tree, and she's like, oh my, I wonder what could it be. He's like, all right, it's oven gloves. And then they like walk out, and she stands at the door as they leave, and she says, well, that was nice. It's very good. I'll send you the clip after.
I was going to say, please do.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, definitely haven't seen that. Do you know this one? 12 across, topped by breadcrumbs and cheese.
Yeah, it's a good French word.
2
space
6.
Yeah, space U, space. I'll just space U, and then the second 6-letter word is 3 spaces T space N.
Oh,
so ending in U, it's got to be O because AU.
I think I can have a stab at this.
Stab hard.
Is it gratin? The second word.
Au gratin.
Gratin.
You'd say over this way. Potatoes au gratin. I feel like Hamburger Helper made that something like that in the 80s.
What does gratin literally mean?
I have no clue. Yeah, I don't know. We could add that to pompatus, and
because it makes me think of like gratings, but it's probably
not. Well, because there's grated cheese on it, right? It's like grated cheese and breadcrumbs. Isn't that kind of what au gratin is?
Like on a mac and cheese or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so deeply involved now has another letter. So we now have I blank M blank R. Oh, got it.
I like that sound.
Got it. This is a genre of theatre.
Oh, okay.
Which is very, very.
Oh,
vogue.
yes.
although not in this form. Anyway, it's immersed, I think.
Yeah, good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking at that iSpace M, and I was very
I was
lost.
thinking, what on earth could go there? And it had to be another M.
It's like those times that you get stumbled by a Wordle, and you're like, "There's nothing fits here," and you've tried every letter in the alphabet except the double letter.
Did you get the one? I did get it on the last guess, but I wish I could remember what the word was. About 3-4 Wordles ago.
Was it alley?
It wasn't alley.
That one messed me up.
It was a word that I'd never come across before.
Oh, carom?
Carom. Thank you. Yes.
I got it in 3, Theo.
Did you now? Well, I have never used
It's a pretty
carom.
North American word. You use it in sports,
Yeah.
and it's
I
used
thought
quite
it
a lot in
must be.
hockey, hence why
Right.
it was tip of my tongue. Because if the puck caroms off the boards,
Yeah.
it's often used
Yeah.
in hockey. So, yeah.
Yeah, I looked it up and I was like, it sort of gave a pool analogy, like pool balls.
Oh,
carom
yeah.
around the
They
table.
carom off each other. Yeah.
And I was like, no, anyway, I got it by complete fluke because I was just sort of trying out words and it did work. So my streak is now on 60 or something.
Holy crap!
Which
But it almost
sank me. Yeah,
fell in the water. No fun.
it did. What's your streak? I dread to think.
I don't know. I to be honest, I don't do it every day. We have a family
you don't
Wordle,
do it, yeah.
and so a seed
Right.
word is given by somebody, and then we all jump
Yeah.
on and we compare ourselves, and sometimes feel very proud, and sometimes feel very pathetic because there's quite a few clever people on this thing.
I bet there are. Yeah,
My sister-in-law is rather good at them, it turns out.
right.
But yeah, so I some days I do, and then I just get busy and I don't. So I should start
Yeah.
a streak, Theo. I should start a streak.
You should. I mean, it's mainly the remembering to do it every day.
Yeah,
But I've now got in a routine where I do it with my morning coffee, and that's kind of
that's
become
nice.
the thing. You know what I mean? It's almost like
you know what?
brushing my teeth.
Maybe if I have time after this 2 across before my 10 a.m. meeting, I'll do a quick Wordle
Yeah, do that.
with a little latte in my 2 across mug.
Yeah, nice. I think I got today's in. What did I get it in? Oh, can't remember. 4 or 5. Anyway,
Is it always your same starting word? Adieu.
yes, I do
Okay.
use adieu. Although I know there is a school of thought that you should use more vowels. More consonants in your opening word, because it's
Interesting.
ultimately a game of consonant elimination. But adieu's never let me down so far.
No.
So, you know. Anyway, we are wasting time talking about another word game when we should be focusing on this one.
We're not focusing.
We've got 16 minutes left.
Okay.
So we are about halfway, and we've got a few more than half the clues to get, I think. So
Let's go top left and work our way
Yeah.
down.
Good
'Cause
shout.
we've got another one's not. One's not at all successful. That's 9 across, Theo. It's 5 letters long. It is
Oh, yeah.
S.
They
as
love
the
a bit of
third letter,
failure
and
today, don't they?
R, they do. Yeah.
And by the way, I hate this word. It's
Yeah.
very, very North American. It's
It is.
completely taken over here as well,
yeah.
and often accompanied by a sign of the fingers on the forehead.
Yeah.
It is, of course, a loser.
That guy's a loser. And Trump
Loser.
loves that. He loves using the word that's like, for him, that's just the greatest shame that he can heap on someone, is just to call them a loser.
Yeah.
It's like, done, you're a loser. And you can see clearly in his psychology that is just about the worst thing. And deep inside of himself is this huge fear that he is the loser.
Or more particularly, that his father believes him to be a loser.
Correct. His father is convinced that he's a loser wherever he is right now, probably up with the Statue of Liberty Marine Angel. He's up there judging him.
and the Apache helicopters, yeah.
He's like, Dad, look, I've become a Messiah-like figure. Come on. It's like, nah, still a loser.
Yeah.
Sorry, Donnie, you're a loser. You're always going to be a loser.
Yeah. That film, The Apprentice, is good on that. It's good on the sort of Freudian stuff lying at the very core of.
There's also some Schadenfreude in that movie, isn't there, for Trump haters?
There certainly is. Yeah. One bit in particular, which is, yes, very damning, shall we say, of the man. Anyway, I've just spotted a big a big long one that we
Okay,
can
let's do
get,
it.
I think, quite easily. It's 8 down,
Okay.
and the clue is poorly thought out,
Oh, yes.
and it's 3-9. And the
we only
second
have one
letter,
letter.
the first word is L. I think you're there, aren't you?
I think you're there.
I am there, but I can just go ahead and
I think
claim
it starts
the glory.
with
'Cause
ill, like Beastie Boys' first
it does indeed.
album.
And it's the second
And
word is
third or fourth. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
License 2 and This Communication.
Yeah, well done. Oh, I used to love them.
Yeah.
I used to love them.
Ill Communication holds up. I've got it on vinyl. It's still good.
I've recently made a playlist called Dad's 90s Bangers
Nice.
to play in the car
Nice.
because we tend to get stuck in the same sort of list of songs. I was like, I need to branch out. So yes, you're reminding me that I need to get the Beastie Boys in there.
All right.
Right. Anyway, it's ill-conceived, I think.
Ill-conceived. Yeah.
So that gives us a
like
lot to
like
play
Trump
with.
Jesus.
Like Trump Jesus.
It
Or
was an
Trump
immaculate
himself.
conception. It was an ill conception.
It really was. 11 across. Ball of thread. 4 letters.
Yeah.
C blank E blank.
I'm hoping you got this, man. I don't know what this is.
So, oh no.
I know.
And we're not going to get any more letters on it.
Like a ball of thread is like a spool.
No, I was going to say a coil, but that doesn't fit with our viscera.
Could it be No, it's not viscera. No effing way. That's definitely viscera. Okay,
It's
well.
definitely an E.
Oh God. Okay, well,
It's
let's
gonna be-
come back. Let's come back.
Yeah, let's come back to it. Let's come back to it.
Because what we can do is get all the other ones, and then if we don't get this one, we'll be like, well, we're smart, but this is just a dumb clue. So there.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Good. I'm glad that's pre-planned.
Where do you want to go?
14 across is more elegant, N space A, and then 3 spaces. So it's a 6-letter word for more elegant, starting with N, third letter A.
Not seeing it immediately.
It's got to be ER, right? So it could be neater. That's the best I can think of.
Neater.
What do you think?
Yes, that's lovely.
I mean, neat isn't
Very
elegant,
simple.
but yeah.
Well, it
maybe
kind of is.
it's elegant in its simplicity, Theo.
Yes, true. I can't see 18 across immediately. The clue
Me
is
neither.
calls out and it begins with E and it's 8 letters.
Yeah.
But I can see 22 across, which is leaped brackets over 7
Oh, yeah.
letters beginning with V.
Potentially with the use of a pole.
Something that a sort of Edwardian gentleman would do
Yes.
to a chaise longue.
Yes. He vaulted into the chaise longue in his pantaloons.
To embrace his beloved. It is vaulted. Lovely word. And a specialty food shop, 12 letters. This is 24 across.
Oh, wow.
Beginning with D. Must be.
Full version of this word, which is usually shortened now.
Yeah, it absolutely is. And I'm not entirely sure the number of letters required in the full
Me
version.
neither.
but
It feels one too short for me unless something I'm not
I
spelling
think
it right.
it's a double S. So it's delicatessen, and I think delicatessen has a double S, which would make it fit.
Well, I think I thought it was ANT and it was SCANT, but then it doesn't fit. Is it ANT
No, it's
or is it just
definitely
N?
I think it's DELICATESSEN.
Delicatessen.
Yeah.
Jesus, that doesn't look right to me. I thought it always ended in SCANT, like scant, but that wouldn't work, right? Because scant, that would be pronounced
No.
scant. Because
I think you're overthinking. I
Scant?
don't. Yeah.
Okay. Well, look,
I didn't. There's a C in there.
there's like a lot of
from that.
etymology to untie when we
There
get
is.
to the. I think that's 3 right now, right? So we got delicatessen, the pompatus of love, and then what was the third that we had? Oh, gratin.
A gratin. Yes.
Okay. Well, let's try 13 down here, and see what that gives us.
13 down. So the clue is relating to the meaning of words. 8 letters.
Relevant to our cleanup in the closure.
Oh yeah, I've got it.
What is it? I'm not. I
think it's-
etymological, but
I think it's semantic.
oh yeah, yes, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
And that means 18 across. This calls out now has a 5th letter of A and it starts in E.
Yeah, I think we can get 19 down to give ourselves the 3rd letter of call out.
Oh, yeah.
Which is mean-spirited individual. It is 5 letters long, third letter U, last letter L.
Oh, is that just cruel?
I think so, but why would it be individual? Just mean-spirited. You don't need individual. But
Yeah. I don't know if it is cruel.
really, eh?
But
Okay. Well, what about surrounded by 17 down, surrounded by, in brackets, literary, 6 letters long, ending in D space T. Surrounded by.
D space T.
Yeah.
Oh,
I know.
tricky.
Tricky.
We're gonna have to get one of these two, either calls out or
Surrounded
surrounded by. Oh, I've got calls out.
Oh, what is it?
It must be exclaims.
Oh,
Yeah.
whence he did exclaim.
Whence he vaulted over the banquette and
Yes.
exclaimed his love for Miss Thorpe.
Miss Pettyfeather,
Yes, indeed.
who didst then clutch him to her bosom.
And admire his swelling pantaloons. Those are the days, Rob.
Oh, I got 17 down is gettable now, my friend.
Okay, so surrounded by brackets literary, which is 6 letters, blank M, blank D, blank T. Take it away, Rob.
Amidst.
Amidst. That is a great get.
Yeah?
That's a tricky crossword word
Yeah, that is
because all
tricky.
the letters are in the wrong
Good
place.
job
That's
though with
really
exclaims.
good.
I wasn't seeing that. Okay, so that would seem to suggest that cruel is right because it's C space U space L. So
It's got to be, I think.
yeah, I don't think we need to think about that longer. Plus, we have other clues to get. What time are we at, Theo?
So we have 6.5 minutes.
Oh crap! And
we are
1,
running out of
2,
time.
3, 4, 5 clues. Okay. 21 down is fairly low hanging. Sad to say, 4 letters long, ending in S. Another kind of literary Shakespearean.
Oh, no.
Sad to say, something like poor Yorick, I knew him well.
Oh,
Isn't that the
No.
quote from Hamlet? Isn't that from Hamlet
Not
when he's holding the
ills.
skull?
no.
When he's holding the skull of poor Yorick, and then he says this: "Alas, poor Yorick."
That
I
is
knew him
absolutely the quote, but it's not helping with the clue.
well." Well, it is because it's alas.
Oh, it's a So sorry. Obviously.
I was like, how am I going to get Theo here? Shakespeare.
I kept thinking it's a way of saying something rather than a word itself.
You must have read every play of Shakespeare. I mean, you had studied drama.
I have. Well, I actually haven't read all the plays of Shakespeare, but I've nearly seen them all.
Really?
Yeah,
we need to talk about this. Can we go see Shakespeare this summer when I'm in the UK?
Of
I need to
course.
go and see Shakespeare, like at the Globe.
When are you over?
Late June through early July for 3 weeks, and I'll be
Yeah.
in the orbit of London, so we got lots of time.
Okay, I'll try and line up a Shakespeare review around that time.
I would
so
love that
we can go.
because I feel Shakespeare deficient. I feel it's like, but
Okay.
it's just too daunting. I can't understand the English. Sorry, I know that makes
No
me
one can,
sound
Rob.
dumb.
That's not the point.
Okay, good. 16 down. Let's understand some Italian here. Sheets
Okay.
of pasta, 7 letters long.
Ah, yes, lovely.
G as its third last letter and E as its last letter.
A great dish. Lasagna.
Lasagna.
There's a brilliant variation of it by a cook called Ixta Belfridge, who was
interesting
born in
name.
Italy and she's very much she's sort of protege of Ottolenghi, you know.
Oh yeah.
And she released this cookbook fairly recently, and it includes a recipe for prawn lasagna, which sounds all kinds of wrong, but it's absolutely stunning.
That doesn't sound wrong to me.
Kate made it recently, and it is honestly okay. Next time you're here, Rob.
Pronzenia.
Yeah, prawn
All
lasagna.
right, I'm in.
It's just the best thing. It's so
I'm
good.
in.
And she was recently on the Off Menu podcast. If you want to sort of
I'll
get
give that
to know
a
her
listen.
a bit better,
Yeah.
it's a really good show.
Well, soon hockey season is going to end, and I'm going to open up like 40 hours of podcast listening a week for other subjects.
Okay,
So,
I'll send you.
Yeah.
I'll send you some tips. Let's quickly fill in 23
Okay.
across because the clue is reasoning, 5 letters, and it's
Yeah.
L blank G blank C. So that
Yep.
must be logic.
Logic. Been doing a lot of work in
20
Logic
across
recently.
again.
Apple's recording software, which they called Logic for
Indeed.
some reason.
They did.
20 largest continent, space S, space A.
Yeah. Don't think we need to patronize listeners
No.
with that one. And 15 across fanatical individual. 6 letters, blank E, blank L, blank T. And this is, we only need this and our ball of thread, C blank E blank, and then we are done. But
How much time?
we've got just under 3 minutes.
Oh God. Okay, I'm not seeing this at all. I feel like I should be. Our fanatical individual, space E, space L, space T, and then our ball of thread, is it?
Yeah.
Or ball of thread, C space E space. But it wouldn't be a ball if it was coil. It wouldn't be a ball, right?
No. I think it's a word that we just don't know.
We don't know. Yeah.
This is really frustrating when this happens,
Okay.
but it does.
Okay. Well, let's try and get fanatical individual. Oh, I know it. It's a good word too. It's a very good word.
Okay.
You don't want to be
it.
this for anything. You just don't want
Okay.
this appended to you. So if you're fanatical, you could be over this. Haha. For instance, your attention to detail or something, or your enthusiasm, you could be a bit over. Or you could be just this, which starts with the letter Z, Theo, to make it faster.
Oh, zealous. Yes.
And this is a zealot.
Perfect. Of
A
course
zealot.
it is.
What a good
Yes,
word.
Thank you.
It's a good word.
The zeal of the convert.
Zeal.
Yeah.
Zeal
Great
always
word.
makes me think of Ghostbusters. You know, the
Oh,
god
yeah.
that they create is called Zool.
Yeah. Makes me think of my own dear Zeus, who's currently
Oh,
lying
yes.
on a chaise longue
with much zeal.
with much zeal. He's certainly not vaulting over it though with his
No.
stunted little legs. God bless him. Right, so we just need to get our ball of thread.
Yeah.
C blank E blank. Oh,
Okay. So second letter could be a vowel. It could be an R. It could be an H, like a cret or a clet, or like a, I don't know,
a clef.
clef. Yeah. That's the best we can
That's a
do right
musical
now.
thing. I'm so it's one of those. You just want to cheat it and just go, come on.
I'm just looking with CL words: clef, cled,
But
cless, clep,
We can't break
Cleo.
the rules.
plow, clay, clet.
Clet or clef, I think.
Yeah, I think it's
most
clet or
likely.
clef. I mean, it could be something with R too. Cret, creme.
Does clet ring any French bells?
It sounds Frenchy. It definitely sounds kind of.
Clet of thread.
Yeah. It's. That's my guess.
Thoughts like a seal, a C double E. Okay, we've got
Clee?
6 seconds left.
Clee?
5 seconds.
Clet.
Clet. Done.
It does sound
Clet.
dirty though.
It sounds a bit like a sort of something you've got wrong with your foot or something, you know?
Because clef I like, but the only reason I wouldn't select it is that a better clue would be, staff on a sheet music or something.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't sound. But clet somehow something about that sounds right.
Yeah.
But
I mean, why not?
this
Right,
sounds
should
kind
we-
of like
Should we just check it?
just do it, eh? There's nothing we
I
can
think-
do to sort of forestall this moment of
This is going to be
loss.
the one. It's not that. But it is CLE.
It is, eh? CLE.
So I think, well, let's see. It's a clue. CLEW.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bom, bom, bom.
Well, we need a little bit of jeopardy back in the scores.
Yeah.
So
But again, back to my earlier comment, I think we can feel clever just the same. Because who knew Clue? Come on.
Cluver.
Anyone in the comments know this?
I've just Googled it. It says a clue is primarily the lower corner of a sail, a ball of yarn, or a snowboard brand. Common usages include adjusting sail performance in sailing, guiding navigation via the Clue app, or using the clue freedom system. Anyway, we were never going to get that.
Spudakotani says 11A was a new one for me.
There you go.
It's okay. We're like you, Spudakotani. I had no clue about 11A. Haha, that's a funny one.
Blog writer says, my ball of thread was all tangled up and spoiled by my otherwise surprisingly successful course through this grid. Yes.
And then Alul had to sort of ham it up in front of everybody. I was stuck on 11, but dug out a memory of a Victorian book called The Princess and the Goblin, which had a revival in the 70s. Well done, Alul.
If you lost your ball of thread, could you say, I'm sorry, I haven't a clue?
Good. You're clueless.
I'm clueless, yes. Well, we could have done with a better clue there. Thank you, Guardian. Yeah. Oh, well. We did otherwise. I'll just make sure we were correct elsewhere, which we... Oh, we weren't, Rob.
What?
It was not cruel for mean-spirited individual.
So, okay, so it's C space U space L, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Churl.
A churl. Yes. Well done.
Being churlish.
So, even if we'd got clue, we still would have been wrong. Gosh.
Oh, man.
Well, there you go.
Okay, so listeners, challenge for the week. Use the word churl at some point. Ideally in front of someone, not just, muttering it to yourself. Oh, that guy's such a churl.
Indeed. That's a good challenge. Or clue. You could try and use clue.
Crosswords done. That was fun. Now let's have a chat.
I'm just looking at your image again, Rob. It's up on my phone. I can't stop staring at it. It's sort of,
it's hypnotic.
It is hypnotic.
Did I
There's so
send
much
you
in
my series of Shipu art? I spent
Stop.
oh god, Theo, there's like ages and ages of ridiculous Shipu stuff that I've been making. It's not healthy, but I went on a bit of a... I just logged onto it one day because I had to do something, and then it said, do you want me to make an image of your pet? I'm like, yes, I do. and then the next 2 or 3 hours of my life were... I just sent you the Easter image, Theo.
Stop. Oh my god.
Best not
that is
to...
incredible.
Or this one.
So
anyway, yeah. What are we looking at, Theo?
Well, this one sees Snoopy reimagined as a sort of Transformers-esque robot stomping through Lower Manhattan with lasers coming out of its eyes.
Yes, that's correct.
And then the Easter one is a Shipu in the center of a bagel flying through.
The AI put the bagel
sky.
from an earlier thing. It wasn't supposed to have a bagel.
Oh my god, that's incredible, Rob.
Yeah.
I once got AI to make to make Zeus go through a sort of 80s filter, and it was every bit as enjoyable as you might imagine it was.
Yes.
Let me just forward that to you.
Yes.
And reply.
Can we post some of these in the notes, or does that not work?
I'm not quite sure how best to do that.
Yeah. All right. Oh dear.
There's 80s Zeus for you.
Very nice. Very nice. With teased, kind of crimped hair, a sort of forlorn look, and then gold chains with B in the middle, which is diamond studded.
It's much more fun to do with one's pets
than with one's children or one's spouse.
They're so clueless of what's being done, It's one of the most endearing things about dogs, actually, that they have no awareness of screens. The only time Zeus is remotely interested in a screen is if we're watching something like a David Attenborough documentary, and he suddenly sees, some sort of wildebeest walking across the screen, and suddenly he's fascinated and wants to know, as if
what is this scentless
which,
animal that I see?
Yeah, exactly. He looks like he's about to try and pounce on it. Like, he would have any chance of overcoming a wildebeest, and B, he just cannot fathom that this thing is on a on a screen made of plastic rather than
Yeah, but of course, from his
manifesting
perspective,
the world.
The wildebeest is the size of a large cat because it's on the screen, right?
It's a good point. Do you know what? To be fair to him, you're right. It shrinks down the wildebeest.
Yeah. He's like, this is my size. I could catch one of these.
Yeah. Talking of pets, actually, Rob, I'm glad this came up because we have recently added to our family menagerie. We've just over the weekend bought a hamster for my little one because we said my older one had a hamster of her own, the dearly departed Storm,
that's a good
which was a sort of pre-dog pet. And then I always said to her, well, the dog is, as I described it, the top of the pet ladder. So there is no other rung. You've now reached like the big boss level, and that's it for you. But for the little one, I was like, well, he hasn't ever had a pet of his own, and I mean, frankly, I find hamsters quite boring, and they also attract mice because the mice like to try and eat the food, so they're a bit of a pain in the arse. But we were like, well, we've got all the kit for it, and you are allowed to have a pet of your own. So anyway, we've gone out and bought Eva Whiskers, to give her full title. Very Eva Whiskers, the hamster, who is now settled into my son's bedroom. God help her. So,
God help you.
Yes. God help me. I mean, to be fair, they're pretty low maintenance. You just have to clean them out occasionally and feed them. But yeah, I can't help myself, Rob. Can't help myself.
Yeah, you're getting it's awful.
It is, but they do have a fairly short lifespan. And also, I was talking to a friend last night about how we were talking about vets in general and the subject of how expensive it all is, and I shared the story of a friend of mine who took her guinea pig to the vet, and not only did the vet kill the guinea pig by overdosing it on some kind of antibiotic medication. I'm not exactly sure what it was, but apparently it's a bit of a crapshoot anyway with very small animals in terms of the dosages, because they don't really know. Anyway, not only did the vet kill the guinea pig, but then wanted £400 in order to dispose of it. So I suggested to my friend, I said, why don't we set up a vet business, only we only do the end of life bit. You offer a sort of end of life care package.
Palliative
care. Well, you go in and you do the, give the pet a dignified end. And I said it would be like the canine dignitas.
Yes.
And he said, you mean dognitas. And lo, a brilliant business idea was born. So you heard it here first.
And to make it more fun for you guys, you set up in like Davos or something, So they have to fly the guinea pig to the Swiss Alps, where you're there in this like all white, very sort of well lit facility. They can come in, they have beds where they can
playing.
Yeah, they can convalesce, listen to the music. You have a harpist on Tuesdays who comes in.
Totally. That's exactly the vibe I want. Everyone walks around in those like white Crocs. Speaking very softly.
Oh, dognitas.
Yeah,
I can imagine
dognitas.
Yeah.
Why not?
I think it's time.
I think you'd make, if you'll excuse me, a killing.
Oh, God.
Oh, dear. But yes. Anyway, my rule with the the hamster. Sorry, Eva. Eva the hamster is not allowed anywhere near the vet. Eva has to follow Storm's example and have a relatively short and uneventful life and die quietly in her sleep. That is all that is required. But anyway, I wouldn't want any listener to think that, of course, we would not give Eva all the medical care she required should such a situation arise. All I'm suggesting is that I very much hope such a situation does not arise.
Manifest.
So anyway, yes, we are now a 2-pet household.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes.
Man, oh man. Well, keeps us downstairs.
Well, yes, my little one very sweetly suggested that we might want to introduce Eva to Zeus, and I suggested that could happen, but only behind bars, like some sort of prisoner exchange. Yeah. Yes, Zeus was predictably quite interested to meet.
Might be
Eva.
interested to see how Eva fits in his mouth.
Yeah, let's just try out this.
I wonder what she'd feel like over the tongue. That's interesting. I wonder if I sank my teeth into the. This is very nice.
Oh, yes.
Warm, furry,
And slightly crunchy.
it's crunchy in the middle.
Wonderful. Yes.
So to our words, Theo, our words, pompetus.
Oh, yes.
Pompetus is a nonce word coined by Steve Miller in his hit The Joker. So pompetus is not a word.
Okay.
And I had to look up, I mean, I could guess what nonce word was from the context, but a nonce word is also called an occasionalism, is any word or any sequence of sounds or letters created for a single occasion or utterance, but not otherwise understood or recognized as a word in a given language.
Wow.
So I guess the owl and the pussycat, or no, the Jabberwocky, that's the one that would have a lot of nonce words in it, like my beamish boy and...
Hitchhiker's Guide also has quite a few.
Yes, they have some nonce words.
Yeah.
So there you go, nonce words. Gratter is not a nonce word, Theo. It comes from the French word gratter, which I should have known, which means to scrape. So it refers to the browned crust that forms on top of a dish, which is often scraped out of the baking dish after cooking.
Wow. There you go.
There you go. What was our last one?
We also had, just pulling up the crossword again, delicatessen, was that one?
Yeah, and that was spelt right, eh?
It was, yeah. No, that
Man,
was
I've all my life I've been spelling this wrong. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
But that really is how it's spelled. Wow. How did I not? Interesting.
Yeah, I was reasonably confident on that one.
You were right.
Just whether it also had a double T or C alongside the double S, but no.
I feel like much of Renaissance Europe, when the Earth-centric model of the solar system, or the universe for that matter, was debunked in favor of a heliocentric model. Like my whole sort of center has just shifted because I've been misspelling delicatessen all my life.
There you go.
I don't even know what to do, Theo. I'm going to walk out of this call or this podcast in a complete fog, and just
Everything changes. Yeah.
Everything changes from now on.
Gosh. Well, there you go. You could have launched your own chain of delicatessens.
I could.
Misspelled. And everyone would have assumed it was just a style thing.
Anything.
Have you been to delicatessen? Yeah. So...
Monsieur Robert is doing some fantastic things inside.
Yeah.
You should see his profiteroles. They are quite something. Yes.
Well, you could just call it shun for short.
That's it.
Yeah.
Well, Theo, we've got our new businesses that we've got to launch, so we should probably end the podcast now and get to working on our business plans.
Indeed we should. Yes. On which note, thank you very much for joining us for another episode, and sorry we couldn't get it over the line today, but there is always another day, and that day will be next week, so please join us then. In the meantime, if you want to get in touch with us, twoacrosspod@gmail.com is the email address, and you can listen to our theme music, which is by Enthusiasts, on Spotify. That's Rob's solo project, so do check it out, and have yourselves a good week. We will see you next time. Bye bye.